The China Report for Wednesday, May 15, 2013. China expected to become top importer of rice. Despite its efforts to boost grain yields for the 10th consecutive year, China, the world's largest rice consumer, is expected to become also the largest rice importer this year, according to a new report. The country's rice imports this year will surge to 3 million metric tons from 2.34 million tons a year ago, according to the report, released by the United States Department of Agriculture. Since 2012, consumption demand for rice in China has exceeded the supply, the report said. If the forecast holds true, it would represent a sharp increase as the country's rice imports hovered around 450,000 tons per year over the 5-year period that ended in 2011, official data showed. It would also make the country outstrip Nigeria to become the world's largest rice importer. Analysts said that the country has no shortage of rice supplies and blamed the expected surge in imports on the price discrepancy between the domestic and global markets. How much of the rice is GMO? Chinese subtract in Japanese waters. Unknown submarine detected in Okinawan waters. A submarine from unknown nation was detected by a P-3C patrol aircraft from the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force on May 12 near the Kyushu Islands, Okinawa, according to the Tokyo-based Kyodo News. Source from the Japanese Defense Ministry told Kyodo News that the submarine was in all likelihood deployed by China's PLA Navy. Chinese warships began to conduct naval exercises in the waters around Okinawa after the Japanese government nationalized the disputed Diaoyu or Senkaku Islands last September. On January 31 this year, a missile destroyer and 2 missile frigates from the PLA Navy penetrated the waterway between the islands of Okinawa and Miyako after conducting drills in the Yellow Sea. The Chinese Defense Ministry stated that the PLA vessels are only conducting routine training in the Okinawan waters without targeting any country in the region as their enemy. Stealth drone prepares for test flight. A newly designed Chinese stealth drone is ready for its first flight test after completing its taxi test last December at an unknown airfield in the southeastern province of Jiangxi, reports Douai News, an outlet operated by overseas Chinese. Designed jointly by the Hongdu Aviation Industry Group and Shenyang Aviation Corporation, the Lijian Sharp Sword is China's first stealth drone and the third in the world after the X-47 designed by Northrop Grumman of the United States and France's Dassault Neuron. The Lijian program was launched in 2009 and the drone's ground test was conducted on December 13 last year. China Aviation News reports that the Lijian is now ready for flight testing. The drone is set to be used by the PLA Air Force and Navy Air Force for combat missions, and also for tracking and reconnaissance purposes. Visa credit card itching for China yuan business. Visa Incorporated is hoping to be the second of many U.S. credit card companies to issue yuan-denominated cards. The Chinese currency is fast becoming a marketable currency, and part of reforming the foreign exchange policy in China includes opening the market to financial services. Jeff Liao, country manager of Visa Information Systems, told China Daily that his fingers are crossed for the opportunity to launch its first single-branded Visa card in China, possibly by July if the government opens the market for foreign credit card firms on schedule. We can support banks to issue a Visa product at any time, if the regulations allow, Liao said. We're waiting to see what identity Visa can have, what business we can do, and to what extent we can progress to get access to the domestic market. New rules on how foreign players can participate in the domestic payment and clearing system are expected to be announced at the end of July, but when they will become effective is still unknown. That's the China Report for today. Zaijian.